Hello gin lovers and welcome back to No Nonsense Gin Reviews with me, Bobby Freeman. Now then, let me introduce to you an old friend, which I can't believe it's taken me this long to review this one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is none other than Tanqueray Gin, the classic Tanqueray and the original Tanqueray. I don't know why, for some reason I've sort of focused on these sort of new gins and the weird and wonderful gins and the trendy sort of new kids on the block. I've neglected one of the good old stalwarts of the London dry gin scene, because this fella has been around for ages, and it was probably, I reckon it was the first good gin I tried after trying your basic, like your Gordon's and your Bombay Sapphire. I'm pretty sure it was either this one or Sipsmith's I went on to next. I think it was this one. And for some reason I've done this in the wrong order, because I've reviewed the Tanqueray Sevilla, the orange one, and the Tanqueray Rangpur, the lime one, but I've left this poor old fella to last. So I'm very sorry about this. He looks very left out sat there, doesn't he? So apologies for that, Tanqueray. So as many of you will know, it needs no introduction really. It's one of the gins that is everywhere. You will see, wherever there is gin, you will see this bottle, much like your Beefeaters, your Sipsmiths, and various other ones. On the website, we don't really have a great deal about them, to be honest. Usually there's a history section, but it doesn't seem to be, unless I'm being really stupid and can't find it. It's just got a little small amount about it. It just says, back in the 1830s, Charles Tanqueray was not afraid to mix up brave ideas in his own unique style. He invented a gin which is still celebrated to this day, absolutely, the perfect mix of ingenuity, heritage and hard work. And that's all I've got about it. So, I guess we just get straight into it, shall we? So here we go. Tanqueray Original. Cheers. Oh, yes. Oh, hello, old friend. Oh, do you know what? This is so nice. It's just bringing back memories. It's okay. Okay, as you know, I usually, when I take the first sip, I just make some strange noises. So we got over the ahs and the oohs and the mms and the ooh. So, and I'll try and condense that into into a vernacular. It really is. I'm not going to bang on about it too much, but it just is a great gin. You've got the exactly what a gin should be. That's the best way of describing it. You've got all that lovely balanced of the tiny hint of citrus and the junipers in there, and it's just doing exactly what it should do. You get like the lovely sort of a light, refreshing aftertaste as it goes down. It's just great. It's just perfect. I'm gonna struggle to talk for too long about this one, because, as I say, you're not gonna get anything weird and wonderful in there. It's just a brilliant gin. I remember when I first tried it, when I'd tried the Bombay and the Gordons, and I was like, this gin and tonic's okay, yeah. And this just made me realise that there is much better stuff out there to be had than the bog standard stuff like that. Price-wise, it is about £25, so it's below my £30 threshold, or so £25 is $31. But as I say, it's well below the £30, which I always say is the highest you should ever pay for gin, really, or $38.02, as I believe. I like to be accurate for my American viewers. Bottle-wise, I think literally a very, very dignified looking bottle. I mean, it's interesting that they take the same colour of bottle as the Gordons. I mean, I'd say that's almost exactly the same colour. Maybe, I don't know if they came along, well, when did it say? 1830s. That's about the same as the Gordons. So maybe that's what the classic gin bottle was originally, was gin came in a green bottle. So maybe that's an ode to that, I would have thought. But definitely do not, my friends, confuse this with a Gordon, because Gordon's, it ain't. Please have a look at my Gordon's review. It is not a good gin. So, there's not a great deal to say about this. As I say, it's just, if you want, if you're serious about gin and you like gin, I think any serious gin connoisseur, or even just someone who just likes gin, this is one of the ones you should always have on your shelf, because it's never going to let you down. It's always going to be there when you need it, and it's always going to produce a brilliant gin and tonic. So, Tanqueray, if you're listening, sorry for taking so long to get to the good old classic here, and for sort of favouring your more latter gins that you've brought out. But with better late than never, I think. So I'd just like to say also, I'm terrible at telling people to subscribe, but I'm really grateful if you do subscribe. I'm